Alright, Jeff, we're into round 2, the assembly. We've had a wardrobe change, as you can tell. If it goes on a little long, I'll warn you, Jennifer's convinced me I need to do all the steps because some people don't know stuff. If you're an accomplished chef, I apologize for the patronization. If not, maybe some of it's edifying, whatever. This is the whole benefit of the mandolin. I do want to show you how easy it is and you can just fly through this. I've taken that onion, cut it in half. Notice this part right here, it will hold the onion. I definitely would do that so that it doesn't start, it keeps it together in your hand when you're just doing this. And I got these almost, they're like paper thin. And it just makes it for a really nice, see that? And just makes it, if you tried to do that obviously with a chef's knife, you could. Almost invariably your cuts are going to be bigger. You're risking cutting yourself and it just takes forever. I mean, that's not bad, but that would be your backup. And it doesn't make it worse, just understand it just takes a long time when you do that. So anyway, that's the onion stuff. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. We'll go to the next. Obviously, you do the whole one, and same with the purple onion. This one I had already cut. This is going to probably fall apart on me because I didn't do it the right way, but it was one I already had. See that? Obviously be careful. And there's the purple onion's better, it gets a little bit more bold flavor, and it looks better, frankly. The one thing I do want to point out from the last time I think you had it, I learned my lesson. Red cabbage, don't do it. The red onion's about as much stain or color. The point is the vinegar will pull the color out of a lot of the vegetables and it will give it a shitty appearance. So if you're using red cabbage, next thing you know the thing looks like kind of like a borscht or some kind of cabbage soup. Do not use red cabbage. Alright, this is the part Jennifer suggested I do. This is where a serrated knife is a lot easier to cut through this. There we go. And that core right there, we want to get out of there. That's way too fibrous. Just go right here. Gonzo. Now just cut this in half. Now I'm going to show you again, if you had to, just take your knife. It doesn't matter what direction, kind of cross cut if you had to. Those are pretty good. Notice this stuff's really flaky. I just think the mandolin is a little better. Just like that. Real easy. And I can just fly through it. I won't. Some of these outer layers, if you lose them, no problem. But there you go. Go through the whole thing. Use the entire head of lettuce. Any of these big chunks, just leave them behind. Take your knife and put it all in there. But for the purposes of the recipe, one whole head is definitely you want to do it. Again, let me just show you the coring. Cut it right in half. And boom, your core is out of there. Alright. Broccoli. You're not using this. You're just using basically the treetop parts. So if you want to just peel some of these off, this is where the mandolin again is just great. Right in there. The starter basically is using a mandolin for these stalks. Just buy the starter. This is just, it's way too complicated stuff. You can go ahead and put that in. And again, the steps aren't that critical. You can put that right in there, use the whole bag. We're going to obviously end up using this entire onion. I'm going to show you putting it all together in a minute. Both onions. And now let me show you the corn. Now, I was using real paper thin on this mandolin. There's a little adjustment thing here. For the corn, I want to back it off to about a full 1/4 inch so that it takes all that off. Look how easy this is. Boom. Corn. That really takes it. That last part's really, really fibrous. That's pretty much what you do there. If you had to, again, if you want to use the knife, this could be a holiday gift for you. I don't know if you want to lobby Mrs. Neumeyer, but choice is yours. Maybe you have one. If you have to, just go about two-thirds of the way up. Don't try all the way at the top. About 2/3, and just go right on down like that. Fresh corn is key for this. Do not even dare ever use it canned or frozen. It's not crisp enough. It'll water it down really bad. There you go, if you had to do that. Throw those away. That's going in there. Alright, jalapenos. This is 2 jalapenos. Oh, she's mentioning eye contact. 2 jalapenos. Notice there's a few seeds and a few of the ribs. What I did is basically cut off the top and the bottom, split it down the middle, then you run your knife and you basically just cut out all the heat is in the ribs and the seeds. I kept some of the ribs in and some of the seeds because you can blow people away with this step. So that's 2 jalapenos diced. Notice I didn't use the mandolin, I used a knife for that, but that's 2 jalapenos. For the recipe of this size, again, you can play with the heat if you want to. Those happen to be fresh. I like them again because they add to the crispness of it. If you use those jarred kind, it kind of gets again a little bit on the mushy side. Alright, we've done the broccoli. You showed me doing that, the mandolin. I've done the corn. It's pretty much now time to add, I'm not going to add this in yet because I want my thing to be prepared, but this is basically a cup. Remember I showed you all the things. Right now I'm going to use jalapeno